Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we are looking at the Riftbreaker, which is a kind of city building RTS twin stick shooter also. It has some StarCraft going on, it has some, city building elements, even some factory game stuff. And then we also have we're also in control of this little robot here. You're actually a girl in a mech suit. And we go out and we kill some aliens too with our awesome mech suit that we upgrade over time. Yeah, so there's kind of a lot to go over here. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in this video. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing and giving us a like. And let us know what you think of this game in the comments, because I'm always interested to see what other people think about this game. Myself, I think this is a pretty great game. I've been having a lot of fun with this. I'm playing it on PC right now. It's on Xbox Game Pass, which is really great, a really great grab for them. And I'm playing it on the Windows Store version, which it's running fine, looks great. I did play a little bit on the Xbox, and I have to say that the controller controls leave a little bit to be desired. There's kind of a lot you do here. As a twin stick shooter, it plays fine. When you get into the building aspect of the game, it can be a little cumbersome to do everything on that controller. For instance, like these walls. When we go into build mode here, and we kind of get this free mouse to go around and either build stuff, or in this case I'm in upgrade mode. I just unlocked better walls, so I'm gonna like paint down here with the mouse and upgrade my walls. And works really great with a mouse. On a controller, it's a little. This is like the real part that kind of fails a little bit, in my opinion, on the controller. And I'm usually a big fan of strategy games on controllers. I think they've done a great job recently with a lot of games. But this one, if you have the opportunity to play this on PC, I would maybe recommend that. It also has controller support on PC, so you can try it there too, if you want to get a taste of both of them and see which one you like the best. Game's also on Steam and GOG and PlayStation 5, so it's kind of everywhere right now. I think it's $30 for this game, and even though I'm playing it on Game Pass, a great Game Pass game, I think it's worth the price of admission if you were to buy it outright. I think there's enough going on here to justify that price. So what we've got here is my base. It is ever growing. That's kind of the trick of this game, is that you're gonna need a whole lot of space for everything you're gonna need to build, and it's always gonna be expanding. We also have some resources up here in the corner. We have power, which all these windmills here, wind turbines, and these are about to be attacked. We got a little bit of time before that actually happens, though. These are solar panels. These only work during the day when the sun's out, so at night you lose a whole lot of power if you are relying heavily on solar powers. And there are other power options. These two things right here are iron miners. There's another one right there. And then these here are Carbonium Miners, which are the kind of primary resource that you need to be collecting. And there are a lot of other secondary resources. There's like titanium and iridium and all sorts of different kinds of stuff that that you collect along the way. And a lot of them are located in your main starting zone here, but some of them you need to go to different locations, which we'll check out that in a little while. And overall, basically you build your base, you get attacked periodically by hordes of enemies, which we'll see one of those in a little while here. And you just kind of go out and explore. You can see this map. This is the first zone map. This is all procedurally generated, I believe. Every time you start a new campaign, it's procedurally generated. And the campaigns are objective based, so you're kind of like going through missions to better establish your base, get better access to better weapons and equipment and resources and stuff like that. I've got like a secondary base down here, which is actually where this horde of enemies may end up attacking first. And all these little triangles are fast travel locations that I've built, so I can quickly get around my base, and you can just go to each one. In fact, we'll go down here and jump down here, and you can see I haven't been here in a while. This Carbonium miner is out of carbonium to mine, so we'll just get rid of that. Yep, here comes the enemies. So they're gonna attack. I got my walls here, should be good enough to attack and to defend, and you know, I've got all sorts of automated defenses going on here. But of course I can launch some grenades. I thought I could. I'm kind of for some reason the grenades.
One of our walls is being destroyed.
For some reason my grenade is not. The grenade is like not going where I'm telling it to go. That's weird. That's the first time I've experienced that. You can see they send just a big horde at you, and this is kind of what the enemies do. Oh, there we go. I think I was in the build mode, that's why. They just kind of run at you, and there isn't a whole lot of AI going on, but they kind of focus mostly on just overwhelming numbers, at least so far. You do encounter different enemies in different regions, but right now these enemies are what we got to deal with here. So now that those enemies have been dealt with, we'll go over around here and we'll collect all sorts of research and cobalt.
Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Collect some research and some animal biomass, which we can also use for power. There's some plant biomass over here. We'll grab that.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
And we'll also... Whoa. Those are some of the invisible guys. Those guys are real bastards. Not only are they invisible, but they pack a massive punch if they get close to you. And we'll just repair the walls here that were destroyed. Like I said, the building with the mouse is very satisfying. Especially the walls, you can just kind of like paint across, build a nice big wall, which is important with RTS games. So see this kind of thing that's going on here. This is auto repairing. You can see all these walls need to be repaired, and this green globe thing is an auto repairer, which is a big help for maintenance, because you don't want to have to go around and do this all the time.
I can't predict the effects of this event.
Kind of missed what he said there, but probably going to be a hazard. There are some hazards, like planetary hazards, that happen.
The moon has turned blue. It has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
The moon has turned blue. Why is the moon sad? Never encountered this event before, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But there are some events, some hazards that happen. Like there's a tornado that really screwed up my base. a lot. There was a hailstorm, which was by far the most annoying thing because that kind of hit everything and did a little bit of damage. It's just like real annoying. That's probably the only real complaint I have with the game so far, was that one instance so far of a hailstorm. It was a real hassle to go around and have to clean up and repair everything.
Originating from a common point near our base.
Interesting. We should go and investigate that area.
So there's a lot of exploring as well, like I said before, and you have a whole big arsenal of weapons to work with. Right now I've got a rocket launcher, which does a lot of very excellent damage. You can kind of charge it up and take big dudes out with one volley of nope, the moon's back to normal, so I don't know what that was all about. But what I'm going up here to this icon on my map to show you flamethrower. So there's also, like, this guy wouldn't have attacked me if I didn't attack him first, but I kind of want to get him out of here. There's definitely, like, peaceful fauna. Not everything here's trying to kill you. There are also hazards, like environmental hazards and stuff like that. What I'm gonna do is lay some mines. Whoops.
Warning. Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. We should go there and clear it out.
So that'll happen periodically as nests will spring up, and they'll keep attacking. They don't attack huge amounts when they're coming from a nest, which is good. But these guys.
Build more storage facilities.
Can get pretty tough out here. Definitely want to make sure you come out here
Wall destroyed.
prepared. Uh-oh. All destroyed. That doesn't sound good. Keep hitting the wrong button here. Even on PCs, there's a lot of controls to get used to. There's like abilities and weapons and changing them and everything like that.
Base is under attack.
Shit.
Steel storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Oh, crap. I didn't have any... I didn't have any defenses here. I think the presentation is really nice. The game looks really, really good. All the, the lush greenery and everything like that. Looks great.
Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. We should go there and clear it out.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Right now, I'm, surprise! Not as easy as it was last time, was it? Oops. You can kind of like, if you place something in the wrong spot or if you want to move something, it's pretty easy to just get refunded for it, which is good. Where are we here? I want this. Repair this wall. Repair this wall. Then we'll build a repair tower here. All right, and that's that'll hold off pretty much anything that I've encountered so far. Pretty easily, actually. I might actually throw in a flamer here. Good measure. The flame's really good at the killing off the little guys. They kind of like swarm you, so having the flamer is a really good tool. And I guess we'll go attack instead of doing what I was gonna do. We'll go and deal with this.
Warning: a new group of hostile creatures is coming from a nearby nest.
We'll go and we'll deal with this nest first here, and then maybe we'll check out what little experience I have exploring other regions. So like, you'll look like you're kind of a big badass mech here, but you are vulnerable. Like, you can't just sit here and take a bunch of damage and expect to survive. Even those little swarmer guys, they can knock you out pretty quickly.
This looks like a nest of some sort. We should clear it out and reduce the strength of hostile attacks.
There is a lot of them inside. This might be difficult. It's raining. It will decrease the output from solar panels until it stops.
So you heard that solar panel thing. It's raining, so yeah. I'm gonna have reduced power with solar panels, which isn't that big of a deal. I kind of got backup for that.
Improve our chances of survival.
Every bit helps.
Yeah, so that it took out that nest. Not really that big of a deal. And those pop up every once in a while just to kind of keep the game interesting. So let's warp back out to where we were here before we got interrupted. I'm gonna lay some more mines, because what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna mess around with this thing, and I'm gonna get swarmed by a bunch of enemies, so I want to prepare for that.
New buildings are available for construction. Carbonium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Alright, so let's start doing it. Here they come. Alright. Oh, my traps work pretty well. And what you get from here are sometimes some significant upgrades, sometimes it's just like a resource cache, like of rare resources. I actually didn't even notice what I got there because I was paying more attention to the enemies. But those things you also find as you're exploring.
Is over. Base operations returning back to normal.
And then you're also kind of researching these enemies. There's like a research beam too, which only works on certain enemies. And these things, and some plants too. So like I'll can research these things, and those help you. I just kind of unlocked that, so I'm not 100% sure where that's going, but they're going to presumably unlock more technologies and just improve my base. My base and my weapons and stuff like that. So
Build more storage
Kind of like
facilities.
what you're going for through all of this. And there are like objectives along the way that the game will be like, hey, go do this now, so you can unlock the next level of stuff to do. Like I said, the maps are procedurally generated, so every time you start a game, it's going to be a different map, but your progression through it's going to be pretty similar, it seems. And then there's also a survival mode in the game, which I'm presuming is just like, how long can you last until, like, they probably keep sending more and more heavy waves of enemies at you. Oh, that's on the wrong side. All right, so let's check out the other zone. That's pretty much what we have going on here. I guess I'll go through the menu here. So this is your inventory, which is kind of like your mech loadout. You have left hand and right hand weapons. I've got a sword, flamethrower, and shotgun. Kind of like, this is my close range hand, and then I've got a rocket launcher, blaster, and I lost my machine gun, but maybe we'll go back and we'll get that when we explore another region. This is like my long range hand. And these are my little upgrades. You can see, like, this gives me plus 20% mod drop rate, force field, and resource drop. This is like extra plating, extra armor, extra shield. And then this gives me a little bit of a health and shield regen over time, which is nice. And then these are my skills. This is like a quick repair, and these are all on cooldown. And some of them, like the mines, also have ammunition that replenishes over time. So there's a small mine, grenade, which I really like. Then there's the gravity mine. That was that thing I planted, and it was like a gravity well that pulls everything towards it. Scanner, you know, basic stuff. You can change your appearance, but I don't think I've unlocked any of that yet. There's a lot. So this is the crafting. You unlock crafting blueprints by either finding them or unlocking them in the research tree. So these are all the things that I've got right now. I don't have any skills to craft. This is the research tree. Oops, we got some research that we've done. So these are the research trees. This is your basic building stuff. There's a lot here to go through. You unlock it in tiers, which is down here. You unlock headquarters tiers, and then that gives you access to better technologies, weapons, and weapons and armor is what you unlock here. You have different types of weapons here. You have like explosive, flame, sword, stuff like that over here. And same thing, you kind of build down your headquarters and you get access to different stuff. This is what I just unlocked recently, was the alien research, and this is based on how much research you pull out of the environment. So like the enemies you kill and the plants, like that beam that I was using to collect research. I just unlocked this. This includes Fahrenheit. Properties of Fahrenheit suggest that Fahrenheit handling. Okay, well, I guess we'll add that. Then you got a research queue, so it'll tell you this is what's currently being researched, and it'll be done in 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And then what we just added is third in the line, and that'll be 17 minutes and 34 seconds. The research does take a long time. That's maybe the only other drawback I have to this game, is that the research does take a long time, and there are times where you don't have a whole lot to do, so you kind of have to force yourself to go out and explore some, even if you don't really need to, in order to make that time seem like it's less. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I would like to see them maybe update and balance this a little bit to make the research go just a little bit faster, but that's how it is right now. Pretty slow. This is like your database or your compendium, the things that I'm researching. So we got aliens, you know, fauna, neutral fauna, and then flora, stuff like that. And then weird stuff, I guess, that we can't quite categorize. And then the map. So what is this like? Oh, this is just a log of everything that gets said. So here's the map. We're on this planet, Galilea 37 or something like that. And our headquarters is here. It's in like the green lush zone. And we just recently unlocked the access to travel to different locations. So this is like a radioactive desert, which has carbonium and iron, but it also says down here, it has uranium and thorium. So we can collect that there. Acid plains. We got palladium there to research, to collect. And then I went to the volcanic place because I wanted titanium, which you can get here. This is where we're gonna go. We also have a local objective to gather cryptoplant specimens. Cryoplant, sorry. So let's go here. These are like these. I don't know if you're supposed to eventually build bases here or not. You can build some structures, but I think it's more like you just visit these places and collect what you need and get the heck out, because when we land here, what we'll find out is this place is so hot that it slowly eats away at my shield and then my health. So we can't stick around here for too long. And those cryo plants that I need to research, those are actually the things that are, you can, if you find them, you can hunker down next to them and they'll keep you cool for a little while. So your shield, see, you can see my shield is slowly ticking down from the heat. Whoop. Guess what? There are bad guys here too. They're different enemies. A lot of the enemies, they look different, but they behave similarly so far from what I've seen. So I don't think there's like a massive variety of enemy types. I think it's mostly just like archetypes that change based on the region. You can see
seismic activity is decreasing.
You can see my health is decreasing. Luckily, it's not decreasing as fast as my shields did. But I am going to this location on my map because this is where I died last time and lost my machine gun. And that's really the penalty for death, which is pretty good. It's not too punishing. You just lose a weapon that you have on you. And then you can go back and collect it if you want, but you can just go and recraft one in the crafting menu if you want. But I just picked it up, so machine gun's pretty good. It's one of your starting weapons. So yeah, as far as what I'm doing here, oh, here's one of those those cryo plants. I keep calling them crypto plants. So you see, when I'm in the realm of this icy area here, my health is now going up, and I can stick around here and kind of regenerate my shields and stuff for a little while. Maybe do some research. I don't really know. It says to gather cryptoplant specimens, and I don't. Oh, I just destroyed it. So, and it didn't give me a specimen, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. There's a big one. Ooh, here we go. Okay, so there are big ones that I can research. Alright. Yeah, I just think the game has a good balance between action and exploration. I do think in certain areas they do kind of lay the enemies on a little too thick for my liking, but it's really not that bad, especially considering, well, one, the penalty for death is pretty light. Whoa, 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 whoa.
New technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction.
Yeah, the death penalty is pretty light, and Jesus. And you rejuvenate health and shields pretty quickly, so even the penalty for, you know, taking damage out there is pretty light too. You can just kind of sit around for a few seconds and recoup most of what you've lost. And I've been generally impressed with the variety of stuff that they're throwing at me. Like this zone is a lot different than the original zone. It has some concepts and concerns that are unique and different. So if they, you know, keep that up with the rest of the zones,
I'm detecting an intense ion storm coming our way.
Well, that's too bad. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna go back to headquarters. And you can just fast travel. You can just go boop 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 all around without being limited in any way. It's really user friendly in that realm. There are difficulty options that you can choose when you start the campaign. Right now I'm playing on normal, and it's a pretty good challenge. I may consider going up to the next level if I start a new campaign. There's also Iron Man mode where you can, like, a permadeath, which is you only get one life. If you die, your campaign's over and you have to start over. So if you're looking for more of a challenge, you can get that out of this. But generally, I just think it's pretty great. There is a demo, at least I know that it's on Steam and Xbox. I don't know if it's still on Xbox. It was at one point.
Deposit depleted. Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
Storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
And you know, some resources do run out, like these miners. They will deplete the resource around them, so you can't just mine in one spot forever. So that is one thing to keep in mind.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
So yeah, carbonium deposit just depleted somewhere. I'm not sure. Well, it looks like it's up here. And the map does provide a lot of useful information that I don't always notice. So, like, you'll see these little red things up here. That's telling me that these are the Carbonium miners that have just depleted their reserves. So we should go up there and check it out. See if we can replace the miners and stuff. So yeah, that's it. There's, like I said, there's a demo. I think it's still on Xbox. I know it's still on PC. So if you are interested but want to try it out first, go for it. Again, the game is the Riftbreaker. You can just search Riftbreaker. I don't know why they didn't just call it Riftbreaker, why it had to be the Riftbreaker, but it's probably some dumb copyright thing. But yeah, it's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. And yeah, if you like the video, please consider subscribing, leave us a like, share us around. Let me know what you think of the game in the comments, and we will see you next time.